In my working place, actually, I interact with my customer, and most of my customers are from others are within my countries, and others are from abroad. Example, Europe, Asia, America, and most of them they are using English as the way of communication. So English has become my daily life.
I think English is important to me because it's allowed me to communicate with different people. I'm an English teacher, so using English is very important for my job, and I hope to travel abroad. I really want to live in West Africa one day, and I know that speaking English very well is going to help me.
English is very important on my life because I use English on my work. In tourism industry, we do communicate with people, different people all over the world by using English language. Also, we use internet, which mean what I mean is emails. So we do emails every day by using English language.
So that my kids need English very much because, as you are saying now, the world is a small village where people interact very frequently, nationals, internationals, and in multinational level. So I think I have plans for my children to learn the language, and also plans to help them strengthen their language, be able to interact with the world as it comes.
We have all along trained our people only in English. We train our people all in English because that is the language we understand best, that's the language we know best. We've not been able to do much in the way of training people here who cannot speak English, because as a technical department, many things are very technical, and you want to explain something which is technical to somebody in a language that person can understand and in a language you yourself understand. But when there are things that are for English, that is our own line.
As a writer, I have to be sure that I'm communicating to my audience. First of all, I need to know who they are. I need to know the language I'm using with them. I need to choose my vocabulary. Sometimes I make a blend of vocabulary that is purely English, and I sometimes borrow from the normal day-to-day language that we use in Cameroon. Sometimes I get things from the village, from my language, and I put in my place, as long as they can communicate the ideas that I want. For me, that is what is important. English is also important to me because as an artistic director, I have to be sure that my actors do understand the text they are rehearsing, the text they have to reenact for an audience. I have to be sure that they pronounce their words correctly. I also have to be sure about the intonation. So for me, it becomes important that I know how lines have to be rendered to be able to assist my actors do that.
because even now I don't really speak English. I'm just trying to communicate with people speaking English to make my English be better. I mean, for me, as you said, it's little because of music. Because all my best singers are from America or from England countries. So when I'm listening to their song, I used to search their lyrics, to search new words, and step by step, I'm feeling better with speaking English. But I think music or TV, watching England film, American film in English, that's something very, very important. And it can help you speak in English better.
Whether we are here or somewhere else in Africa, in French-speaking countries, we will need English. We will need to communicate with the rest of the world. And English is a very powerful medium to keep us connected to the rest of the world. English is also a very powerful medium to help us be more competitive in the job market. And I think for all those who aspire to be professionals, good professionals, all those who aspire to be connected to the modern world, English will be a must. So I think English in that regard has a very, very bright future.
Others are paying to kind of speak it, to learn it, because they know that it is a powerful tool they will be using once they're out of Senegal. So it can be a business tool, it can be, something that can help them survive in a world that is more and more using English as an international communication language. So that in itself, is, I think is sufficient to show you that even in the future, I don't, right now as matters stand, I don't think about any other language but English as an international. I would say that I just see English as developing with more and more speaking the language in the future, because whether you like it or not, it's become the only international language for business.
They didn't grow up with their language. It is their second language and they are struggling a bit. And sometimes their reading skills and their writing skills are very poor. So the challenges that us English teachers facing is like the learners, they don't know how to read or they don't read properly. But speaking is there, but the reading and the writing is the most challenging features that we have teaching English. If you are finished with your school in the corporate world, you have to speak English, and it's a means of communication. It's very important for communication purpose. Language is an art, you see. When you are speaking, especially now from my experience, when you are teaching English, you are not only there standing teaching, you are acting also, and the language itself sounds so good, and like I said, mostly is to communicate. So it's really, for me, I like teaching languages. So I study languages. I used to tell my learners that nice is not a nice word. So I don't like the word nice. So that is my favorite phrase in class when I'm teaching English, because they must use, because if you are writing like in continuous writing, descriptive words, adjective words, so you must like be in a reach of vocabulary, and if you are using like a big word, it sounds so good in your ears. So that's my favorite phrase in my class. Nice is not a nice word.
is one of those languages that it doesn't matter what language or what background you are. People always find a way to create their own version of English. You know, they can always adapt English to their own languages and cultures and things like that, to the extent that there's a few words that will be accepted in the English language on an informal basis. It's difficult to do it with other languages. Other languages, they basically sometimes force you to speak the language the way it's supposed to be.